Hello everybody and welcome to another video in my supervisor series about moving from the floor of the field into a supervisory management role. Today I want to talk about something I think makes most of us uncomfortable, and that is confrontation. One of the big challenges I think face most of us as supervisors or managers is the topic of confrontation. How do you handle confrontation in a respectful manner but come to an agreeable solution at the end of it? It's really a delicate balance of emotions and practice and a whole bunch of different factors that go into it. It's a topic that I found challenging and still find challenging around confrontation. I am a harmony person. I enjoy getting people to work together and everybody coming together as a team. So confrontation really falls outside of my comfort zone. I read a book that I found very useful, and that book is called Crucial Confrontations. And it is by Patterson, Grenny, McMillan and Switzler. I found this book very, very useful. It has a lot of information on it, lots of examples on how to handle situations. And I just thought I'd run through some of the details of this book that I found that helped me. So if you have trouble dealing with confrontation, I recommend that you pick this book up, give it a good read, and try to pull some of their ideas into practice if you're having to have a confrontation. So the first thing that they highlight that I picked up on in this book was to focus on the issues and not the symptoms of a problem. Now, this can be true in a bunch of different areas where you don't want to treat the symptom, you want to treat the actual root issue. But when you're dealing with a confrontation and there's emotions involved and a whole bunch of other things, it becomes really difficult to differentiate the symptoms from the issue. So really take the time to try to identify the issue that's at the core of what is causing this confrontation, or this issue that you're going to have to go into a confrontation with somebody to address. The second thing I found very interesting in this book was the idea of patterns and relationships. So if somebody's doing something you don't like and you have to confront them about it, is it a one-time event that has caused it? Is it a pattern of events that has made you upset? Or is it that the pattern has gone on so far that now you've lost trust and it's a relationship issue where you don't trust them to say what they do anymore because the pattern has gone on so long? So that is kind of the progression that they outline in there between issues, patterns, and then affecting your relationship with that person. When you move into the confrontation stage and you have to have that confrontation, this might seem like common sense, but do it in a safe space. They talk about making sure you have a safe space where you're not going to be interrupted, where people can speak freely and you can have that in-depth conversation that you need to have. You know, they mention not blasting a group for a couple people's performance. That just alienates the people doing good and doesn't change the people doing bad. So really bring it into a safe space, and they talk a lot about how to build that safety in the space to have that conversation and that confrontation with people. Another big thing that they highlight is describing the gap. So what they mean by the gap is, what is it you're trying to address, and describing that in very plain terms so that you're not bringing something up that's not in the topic. You're sticking to the topic and you're just focusing on that one thing that you're trying to address, right? Don't go off topic. So define the gap, describe the gap. And the last thing I picked up was the power of questions when you're dealing with a confrontation, and asking questions and getting information. Now might shine a light on maybe some of your some of your assumptions that you made going into the confrontation or the discussion because you didn't have all the information. So asking questions becomes very important, and asking questions after the confrontation, closing on a question, they describe the benefits of that greatly as well, where you talk about, okay, if I get this out of your way, will you be able to accomplish what we've talked about today? Those types of questions, and leaving those open questions to get a good response and make sure you leave on the same page. Well, everybody, that's my little quick video on confrontation. Again, go out and get this book and give it a read if it's something you find difficult. and I'm sure you'll get some benefit out of it just like I did.